All right, now we're going to bring you an update on the story we first brought you at the top of the show as breaking news. We're going to go live now to Scott Braswell at 21st in Arkansas, where there appears to be a large demonstration that seems to be gathering there. Scott, what's the very latest about what you're seeing and hearing?
Thank you, sir. Right now, we're at the corner 21st in Arkansas right now. You can see behind me, it's still continuing to grow right now. It's gotten bigger by the minute right now.
Let's come back to the studio. Let's come back to the studio. All right. I think we want to get another check of the forecast with Kat.
And let's get right to the story we've been keeping a very close eye on for the past hour. Demonstrators are back out in Wichita.
Yeah, they started at 21st in Arkansas. You are looking at cameras there of the crowds that have gathered near 21st in Arkansas. It started out as more of a demonstration, but our reporter Lacey Williams tells us it ended up as being a march. In fact, at one point, police blocked off 21st from Arkansas to Waco, causing frustrations for some protesters. Police even tell us some of those demonstrators started throwing water bottles at police, gathering around them and yelling at one point. Demonstrators that we talked to say they're hoping for a calm protest to share an important message. But just a few minutes ago, those demonstrators knocked our cameras over and broke our microphone. Let's go right now live to Lacey Williams and her story about what happened tonight.
For a third night in a row, protesters filled streets in Wichita, chanting, holding signs, and burning out, hoping their message is heard loud and clear.
My brothers and sisters of color are going through a lot, and it hurts us.
I'm out here protesting police brutality, is what I think is really the issue here.
The protest broke out just one day after police responded to the same intersection to calm the situation. Monday night, Wichita police showed up in full force, blocking off a section of 21st Street.
We're blocked in, caged in like animals, you know? We're caged in like animals. There's 4 or 5 police across every street. Every alley is blocked in. We're just out here trying to, show our support,
Police say they believe in the cause and are working to keep everyone safe as protests move forward.
We don't want a pedestrian to be hit by a vehicle or anything like that, so it's a safety measure for everybody. We understand not only the frustration, but the aggravation that the community is feeling. We feel it as well.
Protesters say there will be more demonstrations until changes are made.
There is 3 other cops that are not arrested in Minnesota. So we feel for George Floyd. We feel for him. And until we see an arrest, we're not letting up.
Lacey Williams reporting again a live picture from 21st and Arkansas in Wichita tonight. As you can see, a heavy police presence there, the crowd milling about, if you will. We've been told that things have not gotten out of hand to this point. We've been keeping an eye on this for the better part of an hour. We will stay at that location if we need to break in, if the situation warrants, we'll come back to it during KAKE News at 10. Right to the breaking news tonight. Police are on the scene of a demonstration at 21st and Mays in West Wichita. Good evening, I'm Craig DeGrelli.
And I'm Deb Ferris. They're a part of a national call for justice for George Floyd, the man killed while in police custody in Minneapolis last week. Our Lacey Williams is live at Newmarket Square with the very latest. Lacey.
Yeah, there's still about more than 100 protesters here along the sidewalks of 21st and Mays Road. Now, this was a peaceful protest up until about 30 minutes ago when there was a disturbance in the Dillon's parking lot. Take a look at this video that one of those protesters captured. You can see a man in a bulletproof vest. He was also carrying a gun. He started a disturbance. People started gathering around him and chanting in a circle and screaming. Now, police did arrest that man and take the weapon away from him. He is now in police custody. Police also set up a perimeter around the Dillons, but it appears that perimeter is no longer in place. As that was happening, one of the protesters was trying to calm people in that situation.
We can take away the control that they have over us. We can act like human beings, not the animals that they think we are. Stay calm, stay in peace, so that you can go home safely.
And as As you can see, there are still several protesters here, possibly a couple of hundred, holding signs and getting the drivers involved, encouraging them to honk as they drive by. Now, police were ready for this to turn violent and to take action. We've seen several officers here driving around, patrolling the area, keeping an eye on those businesses as well. And most, if not all, of those businesses here at Newmarket Square did shut their doors earlier today in preparation for this protest. Many owners putting out signs and warning against looting and trespassing. We even spoke to some employees who were outside one of those businesses holding guns just in case anyone tried to loot there. Now, again, after that incident, things have returned to peaceful again. Many protesters still holding signs and encouraging drivers here to honk as they share their message. Live in Northwest Wichita, Lacey Williams, KAKE News on your side.
All right, let's head back out to Northwest Wichita. Our crews are covering a big protest tonight.
Our Lacey Williams is live near Newmarket Square with the very latest. Lacey.
Yeah, Deb, still very busy scene here. A lot of protesters have been cleared out, but if you take a look, a lot of those protesters did move to the other side of the street about 15 minutes ago. Police officers did escort several of those protesters out of this corner right here, and a lot of them simply moved across the street. They're now over by the McDonald's and over by the Dillon's parking lot, both of which are closed. A lot of the businesses in this area did close their doors and put up warning signs against looting and trespassing. We also spoke with employees who were outside one of those businesses holding guns in case anyone tried to loot there. Now, again, this happened just about 15 minutes ago. Police officers clearing out a lot of these protesters, but the protesters that are here, it continues to be a peaceful protest. We will stay down here and bring you any updates. Live in Northwest Wichita, Lacey Williams, KAKE News on your side.
But first, happening right now, a crowd is gathering at 13th and Oliver as a demonstration is growing.
Crowds are blocking the intersection there as police are monitoring the situation. KAKE's Pilar Pedraza is live from the scene with the very latest. Pilar.
Sir, all right. Hey, excuse me. Thank you. I apologize for that, folks. Thank you very much. As you can see, some of the folks here are providing security for us because they want to get the word out about what is going on here. They have blocked.
Hey, got the mic on their ass. Bitch, we bustin'. Hey, bitch, we bustin'. We out here, folks. No, watch out.
Hey, bitch, we out here. It's Tyler Amios now.
All right, let's get back to that situation that's been going on at 13th and Oliver. We've been keeping an eye on it now for about 2 hours, and it appears that things have escalated, as we saw at the top of this newscast.
Yeah, crowds are blocking the intersection. Let's try to go back to KAKE's Pilar Pedraza, who's live from the scene. And Pilar, I hope you're safe now.
10 seconds.
Hi, Deb. Things are fairly calm. Mostly folks are just kind of milling around and talking. A lot of very excited people who want to get their word out, and that's what we saw earlier is young kids very excited. This is the gentleman who pulled me out of that scrum and it kind of took me to a clearer area for a few minutes. And you've been kind of doing that all night, is making sure that things stay safe out here.
Yes. What I've been doing is basically directing traffic because they got the things blocked up here on 13th and Oliver. So I've been directing people to go right. And my main deal is to keep everybody safe. You know, there ain't been no rocks and nothing thrown, no gunshots, no nothing like that. And so it's pretty peaceful. Yeah. But I just felt like, you know, like when you came out with your camera, that they was more excited about the camera. And so I want to keep you safe. And my main deal is that, in other words, I run a youth program, which is the Wichita Seahawks. And I want to make sure that the youth see, you know, that this is not really necessary to do.
Yeah.
You know?
And a lot of them afterwards were coming up and saying, thanks for being here because we want to get our word out. And really, that's what everybody is telling me this is all about.
Yes, that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? There's no violence, you know what I mean? I haven't seen nobody throwing anything, hitting on any cars, or nothing like that. So I just told the people that I was able to talk to, let's take a right. Nobody's doing anything. You're safe. When they come to the corner, I said, you're safe.
Yep. And if we move the cameras over here, look at all these smiling faces. People are over here. They're smiling. They're happy. They're talking. It's very relaxed at the moment. The only thing that makes this not a party.
R.I.P. Tim Collins. The police killed my nephew, Tim Collins. R.I.P. Timothy Collins. Timothy Collins.
And there are so many stories like that out here. Everybody I have run into has had a story, and that's the message that they want to get out. That is why they say they are stopping traffic here at the intersection so that they can talk to people and share their story. And that's what's going on out here right now. We will continue to cover this and let you know what happens. We have heard that fears that police will come with riot gear. Some folks are a little bit on edge. We'll continue to monitor the situation and let you know how things change as they change. Live from 13th and Oliver, Pilar Pedraza, KAKE News on your side.